Is this thing working? Fan, please. Yeah, okay, great. Great. Hello again. Welcome, everyone. No one's here yet. I don't care. We're doing more in-houses today. In-house fun times. I'm Twerp. He's Scrag. We're together yet again. How you doing today, Scraggy?
Doing pretty good.
That is good to hear. Now that we get all these things out of the way.
Oh man, you want to hear something awful?
Yeah, sure.
I don't think I have your BDNA stream followed.
That's okay.
God bless.
I don't take it offensive. I take no offense.
Alright, to remedy that situation. Say we get the show on the road. Start
Yeah,
picking teams
I mean,
and
they
all that.
can. People can start drafting if they want. I will church.
I think we gotta pick teams.
Oh yeah, we have to do that first. My bad. You can go ahead and pick first.
Okay. I will pick Cuss.
Alrighty. Boom. Oh boy, I'm gonna. Based off yesterday's strong performance, going with Chivy.
Not a bad choice. I'm gonna pick Pork Chop.
Pork choppies. I want that LCS hype. Evaniscus.
Nice. I will pick. Oh, you know what, Twerp? I actually have to be right back real fast.
Okay.
Give me like just 30 seconds.
Yeah. Small break in the action. Scrag has to go do something. What's up, guys? Brief delay. Scrag went AFK. Takes a little takes a little while to get these started sometimes, just to get them off the ground. But once we get rolling, everything goes smoothly. So.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back.
Scrag's back. I
Okay.
do believe it's your pick as well.
Okay. I'm going to pick Kisslicious Lips. Can't break up that duo. The Pork Chop Lips Dream Lane.
So kissable. So kissalicious.
So Kisslicious.
I'll run with Barry.
Alright, and I'll pick Gatsby.
And give me that Mianhe.
And Turtle.
I have no qualms taking Shay. And we will move over to the... Alright, I have to move everyone to the right team. So on my team, it is Shivy, Evaniscus, Barry, Mianhe, Shay. Cuss goes over there. Who's 12? I don't know who that is.
No idea.
You have Turtle. I have Shivy. You have Gatsby. Alright, I think we're ready, unless more people want to join the draft room.
I think they're probably getting people on Mumble and stuff, but if anytime Mortal Team's ready to start banning, by all means, go ahead. Sakari is global.
Yeah, Sakari will be global banned for these. And we now have the proper standard format, which I don't remember what it is off the top of my head right now, but we will Alright, now let me go over to the... There we go. And once everyone is all set, the bands will begin. This is standard ban. It's one ban, two pick.
Yeah, they changed.
Okay.
Actually, John changed it last night, so when you click standard now, it's actually the Signo ban style, but
okay.
they're gonna call it standard now because I'm assuming they're gonna use for future tournaments.
Yeah.
Just to avoid confusion, I guess. Poor Signo, he's not gonna have a band style named after him for all eternity.
I know.
It's fun while it lasted. Excuse me. But yeah, we expect to see typical support bans here. The OP Tacticians, Mina, Divs. We might see some Kenzu bans take away from Shivy. And that some of that hard engage.
I don't know though, but Shivy was doing really nice on Varian, so
yeah.
I don't know if just banning. I've always had issues with banning ADCs because I just feel like the skills cross over like so well in that role compared to any other role, in my opinion. That I don't feel like it's really effective to ban the ranged ADs.
Yeah, it's a gambit for sure because you open up a lot of strong picks. In past tournaments, like so, I've been playing in tournaments for like 8-9 months in this game, and people a lot of times ban junglers, they ban AD carries, mage carries, but really what it's come down to now, sort of what the meta has become, is banning supports.
Oh, I mean, it's what we were kind of talking about yesterday when we were doing this, and it's like, you know, the supports, the tacticians are the playmakers for the most of the cases in these games.
And they really define the flow of the lane. A lot of lanes are won or lost by those aggressive mage tacticians. Used to see, like, 5 months ago, it was Amaranth was just the god of tactician top lane. Pair her with an AD carry and the poke, and the zoning is just incredible. And that led to people picking up Calm and Dibs and stuff.
Yep, and you know, those effects are still seen to this day.
Yes.
I'd really like to see more of the some more fun stuff with the melee gladiators. We started getting into that a little bit yesterday towards the end, and it was really effective. I mean, when Fluffy did the gladiator desecrator, it was a true terror, and even when Yagachi was doing the jungle desecrator. So seeing more unconventional stuff would be nice to see. Might be less apparent now that we're doing draft mode, but either way, we got a good variety yesterday. We'll see what everyone's feeling like today. A couple different people in here today, so yeah, maybe we get a different shaper pool.
Still waiting on people.
I think we just got everybody into the draft room now, so it looks like we will begin the drafts and the picks. Probably a bit of confusion as to who's in charge for these teams.
Yeah. I don't know. But...
Or Cuss is just doing these deep strategies.
Apparently they're all having karaoke time in Mumble. Should put that on stream. I've heard Cuss has the voice of an angel.
Yeah. Yeah, Sakari globally banned. Making sure everyone knows. Mina is the first ban. Not really a surprise.
Not surprised at all. We'll see how Spirit Team decides to respond. If they want to give up Dibs, if they even think that Mortal Team has any proficient Dibs players. It'll be interesting to see who jungles, Cuss or Sea Turtle. Probably Sea Turtle.
Yeah, Sea Turtle, he's... I haven't seen him around in a while. It's good to see him back. He was a terrifying Moya Jungle. Joyamungle. There you go. But he played a really good Moya Jungle for a while back. So interesting to see what he's going to gravitate towards today. And there's Dibs, so the support shapers, the tacticians being the focus of the early bans here. Now I believe it's 2 picks for Mortal and 2 picks for Spirit, yes?
You know, it's 1 pick for Mortal, then 2 picks for Spirit. So they first picked Marion, and now Spirit gets 2.
Now Spirit gets 2.
So good choice of them to take away strongest, arguably, I shouldn't say authoritatively, but arguably the strongest AD carry.
One of the more preferred, the most preferred.
And one of Shivy's favorite picks. We'll see if he decides to pick up Kensu here. We'll see if they want to pick out a jungler. Maybe a King of Masks for that lane presence and CC. And that Duress, the terrifying W Duress combo, catches people.
Yeah,
not sure who's
saw the King of Masks with Duress make a lot of plays and just kind of really be a facilitator, kind of like a point guard on an NBA team. He's just setting up the plays, setting it up for the playmakers to come in and clean up the enemy.
Yeah, it's very his own potential is huge. You know, you always have to respect the distance that he can cover in a very short amount of time, and then just hook you with an auto attack. Just a heads up though, I might have to do those 30-second AFKs a few times. There's a lot of shit going on in my house right now.
No, don't worry about it, dude.
But I should be good in about half an hour. So I'm going to do that right now. While
go ahead. As Scrag steps away, we see that King of Masks is the Shaper, first picked by the Spirit side. Just really one of those characters that offers really all sorts of utility to his team, as well as a big chunk of damage if he chooses to build that way. Yeah, so just a quick overview of the bans for you, and the draft order. It is Mortal side ban, Spirit side ban, then Mortal side picks. Spirit gets 2 picks, then Mortal gets their 2nd pick. Then we go back to bans. Spirit gets their ban, Mortal gets a ban, and then the last round it is Spirit pick, Mortal pick, Spirit pick, Mortal pick, Spirit pick to round out the rest of the teams. Sounds really confusing. Probably should get a list of that on this Dawn Scout page somewhere. I will have to suggest that because I feel like that will be one of the most commonly asked questions about the ban and pick format. Just to overall increase the viewer experience, I think that would make sense. Okie dokie. And as we see now, the second Shaper picked for the Spirit side is Mara, once again. So it looks like both of their tacticians are set here for the Spirit side. Both very strong lane tacticians. Yeah, Paper Crane, I think you're onto something there. Someone who's got a more artistic mind than myself can probably suggest something better.
All right, I'm back. So they got a Calm and a Mara.
Yeah, just saying how they are 2 of the more versatile and effective lane tacticians, both kind of offering something different in the pure, straight-up in-your-face engage potential of Mara, and King of Mask, who can do kind of both. He can peel and support his backline or engage directly onto people once he gets that duress. And Mortal side goes ahead and picks now Salus for their jungler, so you're very familiar with that. We saw a lot of Salus yesterday. We do know his potential.
Yep, and so they want to put probably Turtle, Sea Turtle, on one of his strongest shapers. He was definitely a godlike Moya Salus player back in the day on LFTH. Important to note the incredible zone potential that you get out of King of Mass and Mara. Between the Fearing Eggs and then the Bramble Crush. Just a lot of control of the team fighting.
Yeah, and if you stack those abilities together, you can really kind of catch someone out.
Yeah, and they just can't move, especially someone like Salus, who once he's in, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's kind of committed to the fight once does recast that judgment and flying ninja lizard kicks his target. King of Mask and Mara can make it so he is stuck there and cannot get away without using any sort of spellbook spells or anything of that nature. So
yeah, we see a Desecrator ban, so they're gonna take that away, perhaps for a Gladiator role, or maybe they don't want Tactician Desecrator, and then a Kenzu ban. Pretty wise choice there, I think.
Well, the fact that they've picked Varian and banned Kenzu, those are, now that's where it's like, okay, those are two characters Shivy does like to play, and he plays them well. So now you might force him into an ADC that he's a little less comfortable with, but again, my original point of the drop-off from, you know, a Kenzu, a Varian player, to a Nisa or a Mikella, I really don't think is a whole lot. And let's never forget Vex.
Yeah, let's never forget Vex. We saw a big game out of Beardish on Vex yesterday, ending the game, I think, 12-1. Just complete monster.
Yeah.
Even built a duress himself.
He did. I remember he had quite a bit of haste. And
Yeah.
It worked out really well for them. All right, we get a Basco out of Spirit side. Didn't get a whole lot of Basco yesterday. I don't think we got to see him once, but really strong shaper, a really great jungler. Looks like that's probably what he will be doing.
Yeah. Probably expect to see him in the jungle, considering they already have a Mara for lane. So that'll be fun to see. He's definitely a strong pick against Salus. He can brawl Salus pretty well in the jungle. And Salus, if he begins to lose that fight, really just can't get away. Basco has those spammable mobility skills that make it hard for Salus to get out.
Yeah, usually Salus can cheese his way out of a bad engage, especially if he gets caught in his jungle by use of his Spirit Seals, the W ability. Because of the initial bit of haste it gives you, it ups his move speed just that little bit. But Basco has incredible sticking power and won't allow the lizard to slink away easily.
Yep, and we're going to see Renzo and Ferris is still available, interestingly enough. Not high priority there today. We saw a lot of Ferris yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised to see him picked up right now.
Renzo, I like the pick of Renzo to help with the disengage from Mara and Basco. Both of them have kind of long range snare toss abilities. I don't really know how to describe it, but between Mara's Snapmare and or Snapdragon and Basco's Onslaught ultimate, or pretty much his Uprising ultimate and Onslaught from his E, both of them can get into your face quite quickly, and Renzo is good for peeling when shapers want to do that.
Yep, and I believe that's probably a pick for Ordinary Gatsby, who we saw doing some great Renzo play yesterday.
He did.
So they're just thinking about probably a mage carry here or another tactician.
Yeah. Pretty standard on the mortal side. You can kind of guess where everyone's going to go at this point. Meanwhile, Spirit, any one of those players any one of those shapers can be used as Gladiator or Tactician, or a couple of them can even jungle. So the Viana pick coming out. Yeah,
here we see a Viana. So double shield comp for Mortal, which is definitely not to be trifled with. The mid-late game and late game scaling of those two shields in team fights is just enormous. Really anti-assassin. That's really going to stifle any attempts by Mara or Basco to get to the back line and quickly delete a squishy. Viana and Renzo are going to, if they're doing their job correctly, it's going to take them a little while to eat through all those shields and all the peel that they can provide. So really, really smart comp forming for the mortal side here. Yeah, and it can't be understated how well Renzo does against assassins like Ferris and Viridian. That shield cock blocking the kills early on in the game is so important. And Viana likewise, however, her laning phase is much weaker than Renzo. She's much less safe and more vulnerable to ganks. So you can play Ferris into Viana even though she has potentially lots of heals and shield. But you need a lot of jungle attention to get that lane rolling. So it's totally possible. It's totally possible to still run assassins here for Spirit side, but they might be thinking more about an Ashabel maybe, some kind of traditional mage carry of Vex. So there's the Vex we were talking about maybe seeing, and once again, he rears his ugly spiky head. Yeah, they picked that for Shivy, who is not in Mumble, so perhaps he's unable to protest that pick. This is your punishment, yep. So they pick it for Shivy as punishment for him not being in Mumble. Hey, let's see another 15-0 Vex game. And a Volek pick.
Okay.
Wow, is that a... Well, it could be Jungle Volek or Jungle Salas. Well, or are we going to see some double jungle?
Or are we going to see... Oh.
That could
who's
be...
going to solo lane? Viana? That doesn't sound like it's going to work. I think we could be seeing a Gladiator Volek.
Yep.
That's what my money's on.
All right, I'll take you up on that bet. I think we're going to see some Sea Turtle and Cuss double jungle with the solo lane Viana.
Solo lane Viana.
I think that would be fun.
This is wild, this comp. All right, we're getting right into it out of the gate here today. So this is gonna get we're getting weird.
We'll see how Spirit Team responds. My recommendation is, well, I shouldn't recommend, but I would not be surprised to see an Asherbell here to really just punish that solo lane. It's already difficult for a dual lane to lane against Asherbell because of a ranged poke, but then solo lane. Just completely get zoned off those creeps and probably be level 1 for the first 10 minutes. So we'll see. But then again, could be lane Volek. But such an incredibly beefy, shieldy, sustained team for Mortal.
It is. It's gonna be. Oh no! The counter has reached 0, and they're forced into picking Amaranth. Not really. That was their own.
All right, and we're gonna see.
Okay.
Amaranth play.
So Amaranth is the last pick for the Spirit side. I'm interested to see how this game is going to shake out. We are here. We are ready to go, and I'm gonna start the game here. Bring us into Shaper Select.
And now we see where's that Volek going. Gladiator. Okay, so we're gonna have Cuss playing Gladiator, Volek, and lane.
So it looks like Basco will be in the jungle, and it's going to be a Gladiator Mara. I'm okay with this. And so there it is, Cuss doing Gladiator Volek. I'm interested in this. I wonder who he's going to lane with. Think he's going to lane with Renzo or Viana? Probably Viana.
I think, yeah. I'm honestly not sure because the kill potential of Volek in lane is very high. If
and Renzo would help.
Yeah.
The stun into the Curse of Weakness would allow, the stun would allow, the giant slow that is on Volek's W, the Curse of Weakness, will only be exacerbated by the fact that you can't outrun Renzo's kinetic sculpture, his stun. So he's going to stun you. Volek's going to follow up with the slow. You're not going to get away unless you blink or dispel. So definitely a wise choice for whoever is facing that lane to take dispel. If it's Mara, she might have a bad time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Spirit Team responds to these lanes, what kind of lanes they want. The only issue with Volek Renzo is that is a double melee lane. And if they end up going against something like Vex and Amaranth or Vex and Com, that's a lot of ranged poke that they're going to have to deal with. However, Vex obviously will be super vulnerable to that lockdown. So they'll have to play very interesting to see how this plays out. It's going to be, you could probably call this a skill matchup.
Yeah.
For sure.
That or kind of like a who blinks first situation.
Yeah. And which jungler pulls off the ganks. We see Mianhe playing jungle Basco. We haven't seen much jungle out of Mianhe. It'll be interesting to see that. Oh, and Evanis is playing Gladiator Mara, which we did not see do well yesterday. No,
he was content on doing his Tactician Zalgus for the most part.
Yeah.
That we saw. And here we go. In-house game number 1 of the Fun Palace series of in-houses or whatever we want to call them. We see the Mortal side, both teams grouping as 5 and going top and bottom respectively.
Game 1, exceptionally tryhard. I love it. Both of them right out of the gate, spying fast, heading to those lane bushes for the level 1 skirmish. But they're just going to be on opposite sides of the map, get their respective deep wards on the armor buffs. Always important to get that information.
I love the shh, nobody make a sound.
Yeah.
We're hunting wabbits.
None pass without my consent.
Going for the ward in the bush behind turret. Oh, and they're going to camp it too.
Are they expecting them to be late to lane?
Oh,
okay.
No, they got spotted, but
Minions
I think
have
they know
spawned.
they're well. They don't know, but
Well, it depends on how aware. Okay, so yeah, so now we see the pings flying onto the map. So
In your mind.
Spirit side definitely knows.
yeah.
They definitely
And,
saw someone peeking through the fog of war.
Yeah, that line in between turrets. It's possible to walk outside of vision between those turrets. However, it's a very thin line.
Yeah, and it's something that's more easily achieved in a solo queue environment where they're
Yeah.
not constantly. I mean, clearly these teams are all grouped up, looking for each other, like ready for anything. You're not gonna sneak by the players as you would in a normal solo queue environment. So seeing Miane with a haste start, just kind of by virtue of where they were on the map at the moment. I don't know if that was the intended start position, but it's where
I think they saw because they spotted them heading over to that haste between turrets. So they might have assumed they were going to start the haste buff. That's
Yeah,
why they
look for
rotated
that
as 5 there
haste
to
steal.
counter that. And unfortunately for them, there was no one there, so they kind of lose a bit of pressure on the lanes, maybe a bit of CS too. You got to see a 5-man leash for Miane there on Basco. However, we see Salus now invading the armor buff, while Miane is still on his power. We'll see if he's got the presence of mind to go to the enemy armor buff to counter that invade.
Yeah,
Well,
see,
I guess
that's
more
very well played by Sea Turtle right there, knowing that, you know, they knew they were on the opposite side of the map when they invaded and put the wards down, and no one's crossed over from the middle of the map, as you can see the way the wards are situated here. So he knew that armor buff was safe to take. So a nice heads up, and now he's looking to get an early gank onto Evaniscus, who has to use Blink to go away. Oh, Sea Turtle followed with the Judgment, eats a title prison for his trouble and a binding shot, but that's going to set him behind in the jungle on Salus, no doubt. And Cuss looks for the drain and the blink from Gatsby and the auto attacker Leech. I don't know, or maybe it was Gatsby's drain. No, it was Cuss's drain, and Gatsby must have finished him with the auto attack. But Shay makes a nice play while I'm tabbed, of course, to get the last hit onto Gatsby. And Cuss is looking to finish Shay under the binding, but he doesn't have the muscle quite yet.
Yeah, just doesn't quite have the damage yet. See, Basco too afraid to go invade that armor because of a heads-up ward from Mortal Team, so, and you know that it's not quite clear who would win in that 2v3 because Porkchop and Lips have a level advantage over King and Mass. So he's going to be a little bit behind. However, Sea-Turtle taking a lot of damage from that dive. It's going to put him behind on Salus. Everyone who's played Salus in the jungle knows his first clear is very dangerous. He gets very low in health. And often has to back after first clear to buy the hunger or life.
Do you think it might be... Well, okay, well, he's going to continue to keep clearing, but do you think... Cuss looks to be in a little bit of trouble, but I don't think Evaniscus has the levels to really give chase there, not with Gatsby back in lane. But do you think it would behoove Salus to maybe take an early back, and because he forced so many spellbook spells so early down in bottom lane, is maybe just come back down here and look to gank again...
absolutely.
Because they're going to be weaker. That might be the way he can actually catch back up.
Oh yeah, I think an interesting play from Turtle here would have been to back, spend that money probably on a life and a hunger, and then knowing that Basco's going to be heading to those bot lane pigs because of his start on top side, just come and contest him there with an item advantage and a lane advantage because of Cuss having levels on Evaniscus.
Yeah, and now
However,
yeah, Salus just got spotted top, so Basco is down bottom. He looked like he was going to go for money pigs, but he seems to be ignoring it and going for the gank underneath, and he's going to show up behind Volek and Gatsby here. And here he comes. They're going in on Gatsby. Miane comes right in and gets the kill. Now the attention focuses to Cuss. He gets stunned by the onslaught. Shay, Wave Rider's in a Snapdragon from Evaniscus, and the last hit from Miane, so a nice double kill off a very well-timed gank from Miane.
Yeah. A bit of lapse of judgment there, but from bot lane, not rewarding behind money pigs when they hadn't seen Miane on the map for a while. But here we see Turtle moving in for a gank top lane. Just gonna look for a bounce off the ranged minions, and it scoots out of the way right as
minions
he comes
moved
out.
up. Oh man, caster minions.
Life of Salus right there.
Caster minions, too good for you, bro.
It's like they knew.
Yeah, no. They're like, oh, you trying to make a play? Excuse me while I move to the left.
It's that micro, you know. We got some Dota 2 going on here. Should be microing those ranged minions as he CS's. What a god. And so now we see both bot lanes returning to lane after spending that money. Let's see who picked up those kills. Gatsby, the only one with a kill on Mortal Team. So he's going to be a little ahead in terms of HP. But Miani with 2-0 on Basco, that's going to be a huge power spike for him. And his ability to contest Salas in the jungle.
Basco is one of those shapers when he's in the jungle that once he gets rolling, he can become one of those freight trains, much like Volek. Or any of the junglers, really. Just they really just have so much influence early on in these games, especially at the higher level where the laners tend to make less mistakes that, you know, one jungler snowballing over the other is sometimes enough to turn these games early on. Or at least make life until mid-game really, really hard.
Yeah.
Turtle looks like he's going to catch Meniscus here. Gets the spirit, seals, lands the snare, but he's all alone. Here come Cuss and Gatsby to come back, but Turtle took a lot of damage. Can they burst down Evaniscus? A beautiful Riptide from Shay tries to peel them off of her Mara, but Mara gets killed yet again.
And that patience from Turtle, he sat in that bush for quite a while.
He did.
Paid off. Evaniscus a bit recklessly just walking out into lane deep without walking into the bush.
Yeah, he walked around where Turtle was situated in the bush and got in it on the other end, and it was just like the perfect possible scenario for Turtle. And then once his bros from lane came back, that was all she wrote.
So it's 7 minutes, the buffs are coming up again. We see Turtle just pick up power behind his haste, and he's going to camp this bot lane.
I'm interested to see what Kuss is leveling. I'm going to check it really quickly. He is leveling Devour, the E on Volek, so we'll helping him with that clear, give him that haste buff from hitting minions. And since there are 6 minions in a wave, by hitting a full wave, it is quite a bit of haste he will get from the Devour stacks. So
yeah, and you can see them doing this. The strategy seems to be just shove the wave under turret with that E relentlessly.
And with the constant support from Turtle, once again forcing Evaniscus to blink away.
Wow, and he is just camping this lane.
I heard that boy bought a tent from Walmart.
He's got that propane stove. Some s'mores. New Salas skin, by the way.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get to see it in game at some
Here
point.
comes Mianhe, wasting no time in that bush. He was not waiting around for anything. He was coming. He was ready to party, but Varian was having none of it. Progress gated away as soon as he saw him emerge from the bush.
Yep, and we see that's a good ward from Porkchop and Kiss. You see that ward?
Oh no! Lips accidentally used his stun on a minion and allowed Shivy to get some really nice auto attack.
Yep, that's going to give a health advantage in lane. We'll see if Miani returns to take advantage of that. But again, so you see, oh well, we have Turtle camping bot lane again, but he's on a ward, so they've learned.
Yes. Fool me once, fool me 3 times and 4 times.
We'll see how long he sits here.
Somebody else. Up, the minions gave it away.
Yep.
The minions are just ruining all of Salas's plans today, but Barry looks like he's going to drop from the Chaos Shell from Porkchop. Shivy trying to make something count from this fight. He's got Splintering Spines up, but the support from Renzo is too much, and a double kill for Porkchops in the top lane.
The Lover's Lane, Kisselicious Lips, and SG Porkchop getting that 2v2 kill against the champion of yesterday, Shivy. Great play from them. Good wither attempt from Calm to shut down Porkchop's damage, but by then it was just too late. The ultimate from Varian had already gone on him.
And Renzo's Embrace coming up and being active while Splintering Spines was on kind of bought Porkchops at least like 2 extra auto attacks, which he was able to use to turn the tide. And then with Renzo being there providing additional support, poor Vexy Poo got taken out for a walk.
Yeah, so we see a lot of wards have fallen. You see real shortage of wards on the map. We'll see if Miani is able to take advantage of that. He's mostly just farming, though. Not too many successful ganks, even attempts.
I mean, he got his one big double kill, which got him his early discipline as we take a quick look at the item. Shay wasting no time getting a pain, being in a game against Volek, Renzo, and Viana. Really nice to see her picking that up early. Evaniscus has picked up a Might. Barry went for a Devotion as opposed to a Prosperity, which is what we normally see on King of Masks. But Turtle is here with another gank. They are just chaining the crowd control onto Barry, who kind of just gives it up and falls. There was really nothing he could do there once the CC chain was complete. There was nowhere else for him to go.
So Turtle with these lane ganks, camping the bushes in lane, avoiding the wards on the side. Very smart play from him. really getting a lot of successful ganks off. You see, the old LFTH Jungle God returns big. I think Miyane knows that ganking bot lane is a gambit because every time you try to gank this Nolik, he's gonna. I think does he have decay already? Yeah, he has a decay already, so he's gonna be very difficult to gank. Miyane getting caught out a little bit. You got a 4-man roam top. They gotta just push this turret.
Yeah, I don't know if well, yeah. Now that the wave is gone, it looks like they'll be able to save it.
Cuss just 1v2ing bot lane, pushing them off. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see.
There.
Camera, please. I guess the camera deems it not worthy of our attention.
Yeah, Cuss and Evaniscus actually both using their ultimates there, kind of just mutually running away from each other. That bruiser man battle. But Cuss preventing the roam to protect the turret top lane, essentially doing his job, putting that pressure bot lane. And Porkchop and Lips just dominating this lane. Just the damage and the sustain. I ever see a gank on the Cuss.
Evaniscus getting exsanguinated. Cuss tries to go underneath the binding. He gets the last hit onto Evaniscus to kind of save it. Miyane gives chase with Uprising. And he will pick up the kill onto Gatsby. And now Shay getting jumped on by Turtle, but a beautiful blink. Oh no! But the judgment bounce off of Miyane finishes Shay. Turtle continuing to give chase. He used his ultimate. He's trying to dive underneath the binding, but I'm going back to it. No, it looks like he's backing off. Okay. Oh no, he's still there.
He's looking for a Q is what he's doing. Off these minions. He can get it off this range.
Do it! Do it, Turtle! Turtle, it's your chance! He doesn't want to go for it.
But yeah, there you see what I was saying earlier. It's so risky for Rounded to gank that bot lane because Nolik is such a monster that someone usually ends up dying, even if you get the gank off. So a 2-for-2 there, good of Turtle to drop everything he's doing to come help. And was able to clean up that fight. Some good. Oh, Porkchop with the fail W. We won't mention that, even though I just did.
Uh-oh, Kissalicious getting snared, but Barry, Shivy just would rather do some farming while he can. They're a little behind. They're looking to catch up.
Yeah, he's on Vex, so he knows he's going to outscale this variant in terms of just pure damage. He just needs that CS more than anything. Got to get those items. Stem the bleeding. Now we see bot lane roaming down. However, they're going to get spotted out by Ward and Fings immediately. Good Ward there from behind the tier 1 turret from Mortal's side. Wow, and Cuss and Gatsby just dominating this lane. Evaniscus cannot deal with that decay damage.
Yeah, it's going to continue to make things trouble. Here comes Turtle once again. Shay uses Riptide. Cuss pops Blitz and is continuing underneath the binding. He will pick up Shay. And now Turtle continuing to wreak havoc, but a nice finale from King of Mass going to lock him down. And Miyane gives chase onto Kush. Can they get the double? Shivy picks up Turtle, and Cuss is still giving chase, or trying to escape. Shivy gets both of them. Miyane was still giving chase and continued to chase Fiana. So a nice 3-kill, no problem, easy peasy for the Spirit side. Now Lips looking to solo 2 people as Porkchop is on the other side, but Porkchop kills 2. Can he get Miyane? He's got a lot of help from Renzo. He's got some big shields. Can he continue the tailwind? He blinks to get the triple. He's going to get a Tetra here, no problem. Really opportunistic play from Porkchop.
Yeah.
A mortal player is astounding.
So what turned out to be an excellent gank and roam from top lane ends in disaster and tears for the Spirit side.
Yeah, I guess they went a little too deep. I missed the roam because I was watching the chase for so long. Now it looks like they're going to try and do a Parasite, which they should have no issues doing. I didn't see Porkchop. I saw Lips coming around, and I'm like, well, is he by himself? And then I look up to the top right, and I see Porkchop over there killing 2 people. So really nice rotate from them off of the aggressive play off Spirit side.
Yeah, and there's no ward in this Parasite, so they're going to get it for free.
So 4K now for Varian to spend, and he's going to come out with some big damage after that.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be a terrifying force for the majority of this mid-game. And now we see a definite winning for the Mortal team right now. They're definitely ahead. We'll see what Spirit team is able to do.
Evaniscus just trying to farm up his Strife. We can see doesn't have a whole lot of stacks on it. Almost 20 power and almost 160 extra health. So it's doing something, but as we can see here, Cuss on Volek has DK already, which is going to be burning a percentage of his HP every time he gets hit with a skill. In addition to Volek's own built-in burn, and Turtle is added once again, but it looks like Spirit Side is more well-equipped to deal with it. They have more friends, but here comes Lips on Renzo. He's looking to shut it down and lock the Spirit Side up. A beautiful masterpiece, knocks up 4 people and leaves Evaniscus on the wrong side of town. Mortal now looking to counter and continue to push underneath this binding. Will they dive? I don't think so. Not quite yet.
Yeah, so Mcscrag just too squishy at this point with that Strife and no real resist. Gets dropped really fast. Oh man, that variant.
Yeah, Variant
so
came back
hard.
with a dominance and an abolition, so
Completely pushes them off the binding by himself.
the Tetra kill did nicely for him.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see if someone's building Visible to Pestilence, which is really strong. Yeah, Viana building a Pestilence. Such a strong buy, not only for the Ola Harass with his decay, but also for variant ults. Pestilence proccing off the variant ult every time it bounces to somebody, so just crazy damage.
An interesting little wrinkle to some of the nuances of the higher level gameplay. But
Yeah.
yes, for those of you watching, thank you for joining us. This is an in-house game with some of the leaderboard players, some of the higher skilled, higher tiered Dawngate players currently. Cuss now getting jumped on without his friends around, and he's going to get picked up by Shivy.
This is where he's saying in my team, please. As they all rotate top for the Spirit Well.
Exactly.
But good pick off there on Cuss.
He should have been so greedy trying to farm them minions by himself.
Yeah, I think there's a point in the game where when you get fed on the bullet, you just feel like no one can stop you. Kind of rude awakening there for Cuss. So good pick up there for Spirit team. Going to get some much needed Vim and relief of pressure so they can continue to farm these Striders, get Vex into the late game where he can potentially carry.
Bring up the items once again for everyone to take a look at. You see Mianhe working with a subjugation and a preservation, so going pretty tanky but not a whole lot of health. Shivy now has a ruin and ambition. He's going to start building some more of those haste items, no doubt. Barry on King of Mask looks to be working towards a duress, so it's pretty standard stuff going out all around. Things are shaping out nicely. Mortal side definitely with the economy advantage at the moment, as you can see from the current items.
Yeah, Porkchop with a full dominance over Shivy, so he's going to hit viscerably harder. So those crits are going to be huge. Both AD carries have a ruin to try and deal with those upfront tanks. In the case of Spirit side, they have that Mara building Strife and Prosperity. Ruin is just going to shred through that HP. And Sea Turtle building a Glory, so he's got a lot of HP on Salus, as well as Cuss, obviously. And here we see Mortal Team grouping is 4, soon to be 5 bottom lane, looking to pressure those tier 3s. Cuss picking up the armor buffs. Pretty much all the buffs on the map are free.
Yeah.
Porkchop going very aggressive.
He's got the level advantage and the item advantage right now to kind of play a little aggressively. Not many people can, no one really right now could take him in a one-on-one situation, so. Especially with, I think he has all of his abilities up. Yes, he does, both Dispel and Blink off cooldown, so he feels pretty safe right now. Plus, he's got his boy Lips watching his back.
Yeah, we see Evaniscus almost getting caught out there, but the rotation was a bit too slow. And they're pinging that tier 3 turret top lane.
They want to siege that top binding.
I think the discussion now is, yeah, do we wait for Parasite? The Parasite's going to be spawning any second here. There's a lack of Striders you see coming out of the Mortal base. That's your indication that somewhere between 0 and 1 minute, Parasite will be spawning. You'd think I'd know that by now, the exact time, but I don't.
Yeah, I know where they are in the lane, because what it is, it's after that last wave spawns with no Striders, it is 1 minute from that point, so.
Gotcha. I just let Oopsie tell me what to do.
Yeah, it's, I know,
In our scripts.
I'm not a details guy, but a Parasite taken rather effortlessly, tier 2 by the Mortal side to continue the snowball.
Yep. And you see they're very eager to fight, using Tailwind to try and chase down that basket as he came in to look for the steal. But he's able to get away with that basket mobility. Pretty OP. And now we're going to see some Turtle Gate.
Yeah.
How well are they able to deal with the Pestilence, Rollick Poke, the Variant ults, all these things as they try and defend this binding? How long can they defend it for? And we'll see if Mortal Team gets a little aggressive here. See if they are confident enough to dive. Is a stun on Evaniscus, range poke.
Well, the thing is, they're doing a nice job of kind of biding time, waiting for top lane to push out, but it's kind of right in the middle of the lane here, so they're not making any progress yet into the top lane. So they're going to be stuck down bottom here, trying to clear and siege while they wait for top to meet them and push itself on its own, thanks to the Striders.
Well, it's very smart play. We talked about this yesterday. Top wave, they're going to let it push themselves. They have all the time in the world to do this. And by the time that wave hits the tier 3 turret top, there's going to be at least 3 to 4 Striders in that wave, and they'll just rotate up top and punch down that turret while Shivy and Shame and them try to clear those 4 Striders.
The Spirit side would have to definitely send someone if that many Striders did end up stacking up, which it looks like they're starting to begin to now. That cheeseburger is forming up in the top lane.
But they might get this turret anyway.
Yeah.
Bot lane has been destroyed.
Yeah.
Now they can rotate and meet their Striders and help push down this top binding.
Stay clear.
And now here we see that wave coming up.
Stay clear.
Do you think Spirit side will go for broke in trying to save this binding, or do you think they'll eventually just concede it as well and choose to fight with the Guardian?
Unless they get a really strong catch on the Pork Chop with the King of Mass, I don't think they will. I think it's much better to their advantage to fight under the Guardian with the laser beam. The base is already cracked. Defending this turret is not terribly important anymore. Oh, and Barry getting hit with the Renzo stun as he flourishes up. He's able to get out of that.
Beck's kind of biding his time, waiting in the back. Oh, a nice bounce from Salas, but nothing there for him to dive with the protection of the minions. So Evaniscus doing his best Tarzan impression. Snapdragoning between his trees of life. They're starting to take a little bit of poke from that binding. It's starting to do a little bit of work. A Riptide comes out from Shay, but no engage.
A good W for Pork Chop. If that Riptide had hit, he might have been dead if Basket was able to follow up with his ult, but he had prepped his progress gate before walking into range of Shay and was able to get out of that. So ultimate down for Spirit side, pretty much at no cost. But that's the kind of stuff they need. Whether it's a dress proc from Barry or an ult from Sham, something to kill Pork Chop.
Now it looks like we have a bit of an engage, and a nice stun comes down, gets Pork Chop taken out right away. King of Mass knocks everybody up, and Renzo knocked everybody up. King of Mass brought everyone together with Finale. The chase is on to Sea Turtle. Cuss comes around the corner, picks up the kill on King of Masks, but now Cuss is caught alone, and Shivy giving chase. He's going to pick that kill up. So that is a 3-for-1 for the Spirit side, so definitely in their favor. They kept the binding as well, and now Shivy's going to go bottom and farm the wave down there. So signs of life still from the Spirit side. They're not ready to take this one lying down.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we were talking about. They needed Barry with a very great bind there, or what's it, the flourish?
Captivate.
Captivate. The Captivate catch there on Pork Chop, just as we were talking about it. And the follow-up from his team locks him down before he's able to progress skate back.
Team has captured a well.
And they win that fight, 3-for-0. Relieve a lot of pressure. Yane finally able to get back into his jungle.
Say, it looks like he was he gonna leave his armor for somebody else? I don't know if he was like going down to try and ward or.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he had in mind. Maybe he thought somebody had stuck around to try and kill him. But haste buff up for Shivy as well, which is going to be huge. Haste buff on Vex is just undeniably strong. However, Mortal Team definitely picked up a lot of items because they were farming for a long time there too, as well as most of the jungle. I'm gonna look to take Parasite as soon as it spawns.
They are positioning for it. And here they go. Salus begins at Spirit side. Looks like they want nothing to do with it. Mara's not in position, and the rest of them are kind of grouped together, maybe expecting the death push somewhere else.
The mortal team has
Yeah,
slain the
but
parasite.
here we see a disastrous buy for the Spirit side. Pork Chop with his momentum. Shield is going to be blocking that CC coming out of King of Mess and Amaranth, so that's going to help him siege turrets. Give
It'll
him that
save
sort of
him for
free
one.
run. Yep. But that one might be enough, you know. So a good buy from him. We'll see how well it works. Mortal team kind of just searching around the jungle, maybe looking to get someone picked out, getting greedy for some of the jungle farm while they can. But Spirit team's too smart for that. They know they got to just do the siege game once again. If they win another fight like that, perhaps they could get a Parasite and start to really snowball this game back in their favor. When you're this far behind, to the point where you have 0 turrets taken for your team, usually it takes 2 to 3 turtle wipes to get yourself to the point where you can start pushing out. So they got 1, let's see if they can get 1 or 2 more. However, Cuss is going to be pressuring bot lane by himself. It will take at least 3 people to take him down, which would open up
Yeah,
2 or
he's
3 turrets.
pretty big now with a Destruction and a Divinity on top of his Duress. Pork Chop gets Duressed under the Binding, but had Progress Gate up and ready to be recasted, which worked out well for him because Shay was riptiding in,
Yeah.
ready to pounce.
It was about to be some deja vu right there. And Cuss continuing to pressure bot lane, push the Striders in, get damage on the cores.
Yeah,
Always
he
in the
is
back of
now
the minds of
deeply into the base and coming around the back. The Binding will fall. Salus goes in, lands an ultimate, but doesn't hit everybody. But Shivy gets caught up by Exsanguinate from Gatsby. Really nice play from him. Evaniscus trying to escape as Turtle goes in to all 4 members of the Spirit side. Renzo uses Masterpiece, but he separates Evaniscus once again, who tries to blink away. Pops Nature's Wrath, looking to escape, but the Duress, the lockdown is too much. Porkchop picks up the kill, and now Mortal side looking to put some real hurt onto that base. But Shay, Miane, and Barry are doing their best to defend it, but they just don't have much now that they've lost Shivy.
Yeah, not a lot of damage left on their teams. Shay and Barry are both sort of the supportive builds. Huge play there from Turtle, utilizing the blink on Salus. Very aggressive play, blinking forward, getting the ult onto Shivy, followed up by the E. Just locks him down forever. Time enough for ordinary Gatsby to get in range of his Beyond ult, and once that Beyond ult comes down, there's no escape for Vex.
This looks like it is going to be GG. Congratulations to the winners. You win the first game today.
Well, get used to it, Twerp. That's all I
Yeah,
can say.
the Mcscrag teams are too good. He's got a bunch of ringers, this guy. All right. 1 game down. Nice showing for the first game. Some we're seeing a little breaking of the meta with the Gladiator Volek doing quite a nice amount of work in that game. It worked out well that he was up against Amara. I think they had a little bit of a mismatch as far as just shapers in that lane, but showing that Volek can be a terror not only in the jungle. So
Yeah, great play there from Cuss. Fun to see picks like that.
we will keep everything the same. Game title and password for those of you here.
We got the same password?
Same password.
All right.
Keeping it classy. Yeah, for right now, for those of you joining us, we are trying to keep things relatively even as far as skill level is concerned. This is
Wow.
this is not a slight on anyone, but we're just trying to keep everything as fun for the people playing in the games and as fun for the people watching. No one really wants any stomps or anything. We're not trying to be elitist or anything like that. These are just some of the more well-known players. Everyone here has proven themselves either through tournaments or through play on the leaderboards and whatnot. So if we need people, we will open it up. But for now, we've got a nice pool of players to choose from, and we'll roll with that, and we'll see how things develop from there. All right.
And that one filled up quite fast.
Yes, a lot of hype for the in-house dream, and I guess we will continue with our draft mode.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get it rolling.
So I guess I will go first.
Yeah.
This game, and I'm going with 50. The ranged AD player for Team BOB. He's gonna be the crutch of Team Twerp this game.
Good for you. Good for you. I'm gonna pick base Yagachu for that godlike jungler.
You can have Yagachu. I'm over Yagachu. He's
Oh.
old and busted. 50 is the new hotness.
Wow. Hot stuff. Is it true?
Yeah. So I'm
Tune
gonna
in, find out.
we're gonna find out. I'm gonna take Shivy to go along with because I want the lockdown on the ranged AD players.
Yeah, I'll pick Evaniscus for that LCS hype.
It is real, the LCS hype. I've been really impressed with Gatsby's play lately on Renzo and whatnot, so I'm gonna take Gatsby.
All right, I'm gonna take Fat Sea Turtle, who played an extremely good Souths game, putting that pressure on in the jungle.
I will take Shay.
I'll pick Barry.
And I'll take Miyane. And
Sounds
I think
good.
we're good. All right.
Right on the draft tool.
The draft tool, and I will reset it. And here we go. I will go back up here and put the draft room into our little in-house chat we have going on over yonder. And once people get in, we'll organize the teams. So Turtle is over there. I think there is no Cuss, there is no Kissalicious. If you guys in the mumbles could help out with the getting people into the draft room, that would be appreciated. I don't know who Well-Met is, but he's going to come over on that team. So I have 50, Shivy, Gatsby, Shay, Miyane. I need Shivy on my team over here.
And
Uh-oh, we lost somebody.
all right, we might have to get somebody else in.
If one of the spectators want to jump over. All right, so Kuss is here. Looks like he's going to be on your team.
We can repick if you want.
No, let's leave it like this. All the ranged ADs on one team, all the junglers on the other. Let's see what happens. Who can play outside of their comfort zone?
And I don't think Miyane is happy about that.
I guess, yeah, some discrepancies happening. So
yeah, why don't we pick new teams real fast?
Yeah, I think we're gonna
we need a 10th person.
Yeah.
I don't think Miyane wants to play against 3 junglers. Also, people not getting in Mumble seems to have people kind of salty. I mean, it's up to the players to enforce this kind of rules. Because it does suck when one team is all in in voice over IP, and the other is not. There's some communication breakdown, but we are trying to keep these very competitively, competitive and maintain the competitive integrity of these in-houses because.
And a lot of these players too, they all are in the mumble together and all that. So, some of them like to be more organized than others. So just to keep things smoothly running.
And the people who participate, they want it to have a certain level of try hardness because I don't think they're not here for a fun game. They're here for a good game.
Yeah.
The best matchmaking has to offer.
And we are, even though we are kind of, Scrag and I are technically like hosting these right now, we are not the people who are calling these shots. So
yeah,
we're just here to provide commentary and entertainment for the masses. Let's see who wants to jump over. Uno más, por favor.
Oh, we're gonna see some Chromathor action.
Is he?
That was such a
that's throwback. If we can get him in here, if anyone can message him all the info. I don't think I have him on my list. I do not.
You can get Levy in here.
You got somebody? See if we get Kissalicious in. I'm just gonna drag him over. There we go. Now,
all right.
So now we'll go back to the.
Oops.
Oh,
Oh, I don't think I can join if there's only spectator bots available.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
right,
can
well,
you
hang on.
make
I moved. Yeah, Nick in. So join.
There
we go.
There we go.
All right. Okay.
There we go.
So, picking again. Yeah, I'm sticking with my boy 50. He's the linchpin.
All right, I'm gonna go Yagachu.
Okay. You make me second guess myself, so now I will take Cuss this time.
Not a bad choice.
For my second pick.
I'll pick up Shivy then. Let's see that base synergy.
Get the teammates on a team. I'm sticking with Gatsby for my third pick.
All right, and I will pick up. Kissalicious Lips.
So Kissalicious. And I will take. I'll take Turtle.
I'll take Barry.
Take Barry. I'll take Shay.
All right, looks good. Looks like we're good to go.
We are good to go. Running. Let's see if we can get everyone into the fun draft room. So Barry's here, Shivy's here. So Shivy is on that team. I don't know who 50 is, or if he's even in here.
I wouldn't count on it.
So we need Cuss on this team. Yeah, we got that. We got Gatsby, Cuss, Turtle, and Shay. Turtle and Shay. All right, that's good. Kissalicious is over there. Barry's over there. That looks like what we need. I don't know what Nicken is. Or these other guys, but here we go.
Always a little slow out of the gate with these games because I'm not quite sure what's happening. But then it should start soon here. Again, going back to the same themes. We'll see if we're gonna do some meta breaking here. If we're gonna stick to the same bands of Mina, Dibs, Varian, Kenzu. I think we'll see some Ferris bands.
Very possible.
Probably not a Vex band. Probably won't see that.
Okay, so we do have Nicken in here. We'll go over to our little... Alright, so the first band is Mina. We'll jump over to the band screen. As the players work this out, I'm going to grab a quick drink. I will be right back.
Now Spirit Team's banned. Mina's been banned. We'll see if they ban Dibs.
Okie dokie. Still waiting on some more bands. Oh, let me put some tunes on. My mistake. Waiting on Spirit side to make their first ban.
And a Dibs ban. No surprise there.
Okay, so Mina and Dibs, bands staying similar. The first two bands in the first pick still go the same way they did last game.
And a first pick Varian.
Yep.
Deja vu indeed, Barry. See Spirit Team looking perhaps to pick up some of the tacticians that are available here. See a lot of calm.
Yeah. Last game, this is where King of Masks was picked, but we could see maybe Ashabel going. I'd like to see some Ashabel. She was
Yeah,
really
I'd love to see
effective
some Ashabel.
yesterday.
But they're gonna be picking for Yagachu in the jungle, Shivy, Kishalicious, and Barry. Barry's played a good calm last game.
Yeah, made some nice plays. Caught pork chops napping a couple times, but
And
too
a
little,
Volek
too late.
first pick.
yeah. So keeping the Volek away from Cuss. Maybe Yagachu wanting to get one of his more comfortable shapers.
Yeah, we'll see some jungle carry from Yagachu there, or maybe we'll see another lane Volek.
It's
You never
possible.
know.
Doesn't want to get outshone by Cuss.
Yeah, challenge accepted. And they're thinking about a second pick for Spirit side. Would be fun to see some Moya too. I'm surprised we don't see any Moya.
Not a single Moya in all these games.
But Turtle is here, so Turtle might play some Moya. Spirit team's thinking real long and hard about these picks. The level of tryhard is real.
The discussion,
the discussion,
the analyzing of the team's psyche.
Yeah.
The chemistry forming in these team chats.
The sodium chloride levels, who's as high?
Are rising. They are rising.
They are rising. And they pick up a Calm. So strong lane presence there from Calm. Good team fight. Dominance. And pick potential. We'll see Immortal team now with one pick. We'll see if they look to counter with a jungler or tactician of their own.
So it looks like Sporesmith and Organic are around. Maybe we'll be tagging in and out casters as we continue on with the fun time in-houses here.
Sounds good.
But yeah, we got a bunch of different. We have a bunch of aspiring casters here in the fledgling Dawngate scene. So give everybody a fair shake. Get everyone get a chance to get their feet wet. Yeah, and for those of you asking in chat, I mean, we just started. We only had one game so far. This is the beginning of the next game. I mean, I plan on doing this for at least a couple more hours. But like I said, as long as we've got people willing to host and people willing to play, you know, you don't need me or Mcscrag to do these games. So Varian and Amaranth are the picks for the Mortal side, Spirit side, with Volok and King of Masks. Now we're back to another round of bans. Spirit gets to ban first this round.
Yeah, we see that Amaranth pickup possibly for Shayam again. Seems to be one of her favorite shapers. We'll see what kind of bans they're looking at. Definitely taking the time.
I know they're milking the clock that has no real effect.
Oh, and it's Salus ban, taking Salus away from Fat Sea Turtle / Cuss. Not sure who's going to jungle for the Mortal team, but a wise ban there. Fat Sea Turtle making lots of ganks plays happened last game, so a bit of a respect ban there. And Kenzu ban for Mortal team.
Kenzu
so they're
ban.
looking,
yeah.
They're looking to once again put Shivy on a A carry that aren't his favorite, I should say. Perhaps not comfortable with, or not as strong in lane. So we'll see if he decides to pick Vex again. Or maybe he'll go for Nissa for some of that lane dominance. We all know about that branching blade and the power that has in lane.
It's true terror.
Or maybe some Mikella for that single target assassination type carry play. Of course, Mikella's W giving her that enhanced damage, which when it crits can hit for an enormous amount. She's very good at single target.
Yeah, and really good at ripping down bindings very quickly with gold standard. That's one thing. One thing that is slightly overlooked on her kit. I wouldn't say it's overlooked on her kit, but it's something that you don't really think about until you're like looking how much. You're like, oh, look at me, just rip this tower to shreds.
Yeah, and she also has very good lane presence as well. Like the Q, the slow in her Q, when combo with an aggressive laner like King of Masks can be very hard to deal with a Renzo pick.
So getting the tacticians out of the way, it seems. Tacticians and the junglers all set for the most part for the Spirit side. Mortal with a little more variety left here. A few more roles to pick out here. So we're going to get the jungle Moya. Fat Sea Turtle going throwback here.
All right, now this I'm excited to see.
I am also excited to see.
Watches my stream that I just love Moya. What a fun jungler, very dominant, mid-game jungler. Incredible ganks, incredible 1v1 potential.
And that landfall will do really nicely if Moya can time it to when Valak wants to rush into everyone's face and pop Damnation as ultimate and just AoE down the team when they're maybe knocked up from Renzo's Masterpiece or crushed together from King of Mass Finale. Moya can, effectively remove Valak from the fight for a few seconds while Landfall is being casted, and then, pick him out by himself, single him out, and burst him down.
Yeah, there's so many ways you can effectively use Moya's ult in teamfight, whether it's, like you said, taking the Volek out of the fight to prevent that ult damage, the sustain from hurting his team, because it's a suppression. So even if Volek is blitzing right through your front line, you just pick him right up and hold him up in the air as long as possible. You can also do the same with the AD carry.
Yep.
Give your team time to clean up the front line while the enemy AD carry is just stuck up in the clouds. You can even take the AD carry away from the team fight and just 1v1 him if you're that far ahead. So many ways you can play Moya.
Pick people up, drop them over walls, just remove them from team fights. Her ultimate is what will always make her viable.
Yeah. And Turtle, very good Moya player. He loves those aggressive blink forward ults before anyone can react. Just a huge range on that. You can almost cross 3/4 of a lane with that combo.
Yeah.
So you got to give a lot of respect to that Moya when she comes walking in the lane.
No doubt.
And a Desecrator. So
maybe a Gladiator Desecrator.
Yeah, I anticipate a Gladiator Desecrator there. Shayam plays a lot of Amaranth, so we'll probably see her on Amaranth in the Tactician role. And we'll see Cuss playing Gladiator Desecrator in lane. And another Vex pick for Shivy. He wants to redeem himself from the spiky dog.
He's getting his dog work in today.
Yeah. So, he's going to be looking to just farm up into that mid-late game. Turn into that... Oh, I think they picked it for him without his consent, once again. But yeah, he'll be looking to farm up to that godlike spiky dog status. It's just so hard to deal with. the team fight god AD carry. And they have, they have Renzo Shield, they have the Volek zoning potential, the King of Mass zoning potential. They have a lot of protection for the specs.
Yeah, and almost equally as important as protection is you have Volek, who's going to be in the face of the entire enemy team, hopefully drawing all of the attention, allowing for Vex to kind of sneak in and get all that heavy damage wound up and focused in the right direction. So on the Mortal side, Faris with the last pick. So they have a couple different ways where they can get to Vex and take him out of the fight. So interesting to see how this game plays out. Both teams are set. Asherbell is the final pick for the Spirit side. So
just hold on. Looks like Gatsby needs a minute.
Uh-oh. Whoops.
Whoops.
Well, the good thing Shaper Select is a minute long.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully that's time enough. But yeah, so just talking about those last picks, we see Mortal Team picking up Faris. So they're going to be looking to assassinate that Vex with Faris, probably in lane. We can...
Yeah, we can remake. It's not the end of the world.
All right.
My apologies. I got a little anxious after the long...
This is an exceptionally long draft phase.
Long draft phase.
And then an Asherbell last pick for Spirit side. So
yeah.
Another zoning, poking type Shaper. Good at protecting Vex. The knockback on her short range E is very potent at bouncing someone like Faris or Moya off of yourself or your carry. Wonder who will be playing that.
Okay, so Shay, Gatsby, and 50 were on my team. Yeah, everything looking okay to this point once we get the rest of the bozos here in the game. Now they're probably fixing all of their loadouts and whatnot before they join because they know I've got an itchy trigger finger. Everyone putting themselves in the teams they need to be on. Appreciate that, because I have already forgotten who's on my team.
It looks good here. Who are we waiting on?
I think Barry or Cuss.
Oh, Cuss, there
it
it
is.
is.
All right, so did I have? I had Cuss. Yeah, these are the teams. We're good. Yeah, I'll wait for everyone to say ready.
See Barry prepping his Ashabel loadout for House? Or are we going to see him playing Calm again? If he was unsatisfied with his loadout.
Body is legit
from last
ready.
game.
I'm taking that as a go.
All right.
Oh, I don't know about Gatsby. Oh, man. And Gatsby, please. All right, here we go. We are in Sheba Select. Wow, Fluffy and Chromathor being reunited in the Twitch chat. This is like the dream right now.
Reunited in their hate for Scrag.
That's right.
Nothing unites them more.
Look at you. Bringing people together by tearing them apart. Speaking of being torn apart, having trouble getting in this game, huh, guys?
Fun to watch this, huh?
Yeah, the viewers must be riveted with these high-level...
Edge of their seats.
Just edge of their seats. Will they get into a game tonight? Can these morons get organized? Stay tuned to find out if we get Game 2 in.
Solo queue simulator.
This is the truly accurate high MMR experience we are bringing you today here at the Fun Palace in-houses. Okay.
Teams.
I don't know if Waystones Kent wants to come back. But he was hanging out in the spectator mode. I will give them... Oh, Shivy and... No, everyone's good. Oh, yeah, Shivy and Cuss. There we go.
Well, at the very least, he can watch from the stream if he really needs to. But
so here we go.
I don't think the players want to wait yet.
We're going to try. We're going to try again.
Did we get the teams right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the teams right. Okay, good. Here we go. Turtle on Moya. Cuss on Gladiator, Desecrator, 50 Shades of Alpha on his favorite 80 carry, Varian.
Let's be honest, it's the only Shaper 50 can play effectively. Oh!
I wasn't going to say it.
You weren't going to say it, but you were thinking it. I'll say it. But he will prove his worth because he is on his Shaper du jour.
We'll see. We'll see, won't we?
I have faith. He's my first pick. He's going to carry this team. All set up for that Varian pick, that Varian first pick. It was all part of my plan.
We see Gatsby with an interesting pick, Tactician Ferris. Not a lot of utility comes out of Ferris, however, a lot of kill potential. A lot of poke with his range Q doing % HP damage. If he just continues to get those autos off on the Gladiators. However, it's going to be difficult to do that against an Ashabel and a Vex. Two ranged farmers coming out. And on the Spirit team, we see jungler Yagachu playing Volek. Arguably his most successful jungler. I think the first time he got to rank 1, he was something like 20-1 with it in solo queue.
Yeah, it was pretty silly for a while there.
The Dawn Gate.
Totally taking advantage of that.
Vulak Uber Sharper.
Yeah, the
moment.
rework. Yeah.
Fat Sea Turtle on that Smuggler Moya skin, Pirate Moya. Which one do you like as a Moya? Do you like Ninja Moya or Pirate Moya better?
You know, I alternate back and forth.
Do you? You can't pick one?
Can't pick one. They both have their merits.
A true Moya player. I've been
until
a Moya hater for quite a long time, but she has grown on me recently due to the really lack of Moyas that I see in my games. So now I'm waving the Moya flag strong, Scrag, and I am firmly in your camp, supplanted against Muzzy, who still hates Moya.
Oh, poor Muzzy.
But I've been trying to convert him lately. Kissalicious almost gets caught in the bush, but gets a nice stun out. And Barry throws down a Gale. Throws down another Gale.
Have spawned.
Yeah, for people who are newer to the game, there was a time long past when Moya her Q would actually go over wall.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
It was a legendary time, but yeah, they nerfed that because that was a bit OP. She was the old solo Q stomping jungler, just really good.
Way worse than Release Basco or Volok, even at his higher point, in my opinion, and I will take that to the grave. Nothing
Here we
was
see
more
Sham.
annoying.
Sham looking to pressure. Well, no, just gonna spot out where Yagachu is starting.
Just making sure.
Yeah, we see a mirrored aggressive wards. So you see for Mortal Team they have a ward on armor and haste on the bot side of the map, and then for Spirit Team they have a ward on armor and deep into the haste area on the top side of the map. So once again, those teams mirroring each other on opposite sides of the map, getting those deep wards down.
Now Shay going to, places the ward back behind where the power buff is. They know Yagachu is there at that camp, so. And
him doing that fish camp is going to give them a little bit of information about his clear path. Usually that indicates a full clear. Since if you did not use your Vanquish on the first buff, usually you're rushing right over to the haste buff if you're not doing a full clear. So that's useful information for Turtle, who's going to go ahead and invade that armor buff because he knows Yagachu is slow on his way down to the bottom of the map. And dominance in his bot lane is going to allow him to do that for free. Barry and Kissalicious is unable to go and harass him off that armor buff. And he's actually going to recall.
Interesting. You don't see junglers early recall. Maybe just a way to zoom to his armor buff quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. He's looking to stop Yagachu, who now has information that his armor buff is invaded. He might want to go top to his own armor buff, but he's not going to now.
And he walks past another ward there at his haste buff.
Yeah, so they have full information on that Volok. But I'm sure Yagachu doesn't mind, because all he's looking to do is farm to get that level 6 so he can just walk in the lane and completely wreck somebody.
Yagachu going with a movement speed loadout. It's one of the things more and more junglers seem to be doing lately, where they like getting that extra bit of move speed on their in their loadout to help with the gank, especially on someone like Volok, who really could use the extra move speed.
Yeah, here comes the gank bot lane.
And there he goes, Cuss with a blink to try and avoid it, but Yagachu will pick it up with an auto attack.
So some variation in his jungle path there. He skipped the other camps on the right side of the map, took advantage of the fact that there was no ward from Mortal Team in middle parasite area. Gets around those wards. Oh, super aggressive play from 50 Shades of Alpha.
They get some good harass regardless.
Yeah, trading very favorably with Nikin and Shivy there.
Shay just missed the bubble. Nikin goes for the Flourished Captivate. He does land it, but Shivy too far away to come in as well with the skewering spikes. I think that's what that one is called. Skewer. No, just called skewer. Not skewering spikes. Just skewer.
Illuminate the dance.
Some wards coming down for Spirit side. And Gatsby going going to reward excuse me, the Money Pigs area right as Yagachu's there, but luckily Yagachu took a different route and was unable to catch him out. Gatsby with knowledge there, the Volok's there, so they're going to avoid this gank, which we've seen many times. Got about the 4-minute mark, 5-minute mark.
So a little unorthodox lane here as you see the Gladiator Desecrator supported by the Tactician Pharis. Not something you see every day, but you know, we've seen how effective melee gladiators can be in the right hands. So
yeah. And Cuss, you know, he's not too concerned about the kill potential in this lane. He just wants to get his farm because Desecrator scales incredibly. And he's already died once, so he needs to stem that tide. And just get his CS on Desecrator so he can get that decay, get that strife. Or perhaps a destruction. Yeah, and we just see the dominance of Varian in lane, which is why it's such a contested pick top lane. Pushing Vex under turret, making it difficult for him to CS.
Cuss is level 6 and he's positioning himself, but Yagachu is there. I don't know if he saw him. He might have saw him on the ward before he got over, so...
Yeah, we'll see. We might end up with a 3v3 here, which I'm not sure who's going to come out on top.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Both junglers are level 6, but...
Nope, Yagachu leaving into his haste area. No, he's waiting for that counter gank. He sniffs it, but
biding his time, and now Cuss
back.
is recalling, so... Or not Cuss, Sea Turtle. Sorry, I just see junglers, and I assume it's Cuss.
Yeah. Bullock's getting spotted on that ward, but still able to get some damage down to relieve pressure on 50.
Nicken comes in and lays down the flourished empowered captivate, but that's going to be it. And the tailwind looks like they're chasing down Cuss, looking for a nice 2v1, trying to give chase, but Cuss hits with the tombstones. Wrath of Heaven does hit him, but Barry cannot chase much further as Turtle is there, and Gatsby was rotating as well.
Yep, so tailwind down for Kisselicious Lips. They're not able to lock down Cuss long enough to kill him, but it is going to keep him nice and scared under this turret, afraid of the Bullock dive. Desecrator really doesn't have that much of a problem farming under turret. He's got such good wave clear.
Asherbell going back, as well as Renzo.
Oh!
Just missed it. Just
Not
missed
using
it.
the audio. Yeah. Would have been actually very important for them to stop that recall. Would have delayed Barry's buy, which is much needed. Forced him to stay in this lane to defend that turret.
Looks like top lane might be looking to recall as well. At least Amaranth will be going back. Seeing what bottom lane just picked up.
Yeah, here we see Yagachu knows Fat Sea Turtle's at his armor buff. He's going to come.
Turtle's got nobody down there in lane to help him with this potential steal.
Yeah, Vanquish steal it.
Here comes
Renzo
Renzo
he's just gonna
now,
give it up.
His laners weren't there. He had no support. At best, he could have maybe stolen the buff, but got killed for his efforts. So the smart play by Turtle, leaving that armor buff for Volok.
Now, top lane probably going to look to recall and spend their money. Cuss hits level 6. Not a huge power spike for Desecrator level 6. His level 1 ultimate does not do that much damage. Compared to someone like Ferris or Varian.
Yeah, he doesn't get a really giant power. Desecrator's power spikes are much more about his item builds as opposed to his levels. I mean, the levels help, I mean, obviously, but he really needs to get that double might, strife, decay kind of thing going before he can really start laying the hurt.
Yeah, and Volok chasing Moya out of the middle of the map, where there are no wards for Mortal Team, so Volok's completely out of vision now. Bot lane needs to be very careful. And there's Cuss, he's going to spot it out. Wise play from him, sniffing out that dive coming in.
Yeah, uses Forgotten Tombs to knock up Yagachu and delay any gank.
Yeah, so Yagachu is just showing map dominance as well, because no one can really fight him. 1v1. Moya just has to run away. See if Turtle, I don't think Turtle has even used his ultimate yet this game. He's level 8 as Moya. So much kill potential with that, and gank potential.
Uh-oh. Gatsby looks like he might have, yeah, he's just going to flash back out of danger there. As we shift focus to the top lane. See Vex has his desire. Shay lands a nice bubble combo onto Nicken, so a nice trade for the mortal side there.
And Yagachu sitting on a ward, positioning for a dive bot lane. Fat Sea Turtle's going to position to counter
Gatsby goes in onto Nicken, lands the final protocol and the melee access memory, but even with the drain, it will not be enough. You see their landfall, picking up Volok in the middle of the damnation. Volok is still continuing to give chase. There is no more support down there, so they're going to have to abandon ship. Nobody really dying in any of these exchanges, but everyone getting really low. So, good effort?
Yeah, Gatsby roamed top at the same time that Yagachu sort of broadcasted his dive bottom. Not sure whether that was the best play or not. He would have been if he picked up that kill on King of Mask, but King of Mask getting away with just a little bit of life. And now Yagachu's just going to stay down here. He wants more.
Yeah, he's just going to take those money pigs that are spawned there and continue to keep getting stronger on Volok. He's got his might already. Gatsby in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to have to be careful how he plays this, but he gets out of range of the Gale. Asherbell, without her ultimate off the cooldown, cannot snipe Gatsby under the binding.
He's going to need to recall, or else he's going to be super vulnerable too. A dive from Yagachu, or just that unlucky Ashbell Q that he takes. Here we see Fast Sea Turtle top lane.
Uh-oh, Nick and caught, gets stunned by the Empowered Bolt. Will Fat Sea Turtle give Che? He cannot due to the Empowered, the flourished Endless Delights will fear him.
Yeah, he doesn't have his ult, but they're showing complete dominance at the top side of the map. They already got the turret. They're taking away Yagachu's jungle, harassing the Spirit well, forcing Shivy just to play really scared, keeping the farm off of that Vex.
Cuss doing everything he can to continue to farm here. He's up to almost 100, so he is farming very well. Has the most CS in the game up until this point. 50, not far behind at 89, so Mortal side making the most of the lane phase at the moment, even though they are down a kill. They are farming well, so no real advantage one way or the other. Cuss a little bit low on HP here, has to be careful. Gatsby now doesn't really have a way to escape, so he's just going to have to run to the safety of his binding. But,
yeah, they gotta kind of concede this lane. There's no way they can fight it. Cuss just doesn't have the health and the damage to compete with that Renzo shield. So they're just looking to farm as best they can. Yeah, 50 Shades of Alpha with a strong CS lead on Shivy. No surprise there considering the matchup. But Yagachu getting around wards.
There's Shay with a nice bubble combo onto Shivy, followed by the Celerity Shell, but here comes Yagachu, a beautiful finale. Can they get Shivy before they both get killed? Well, they do, but they still give the double kill away. Or not give it away, but succumb to the double kill, I should say. Yeah, but they got their man.
So, real strong jungle play there from Yagachu, getting around the wards that he probably saw on the map were being placed in their positions. And he's able to get behind that aggressive top lane, punish them for that aggression. But they're not able to do much more with that. No objectives taken. Well, bot lane actually gonna go down.
So Gatsby going for a more tanky Varus build. He picks up a Prosperity first. Bottom binding looks to fall, but Moya comes in big with the landfall, but I think he double casted it. And now Barry is on the run. He used Blitz, and I think he's going to get away relatively scot-free. Kissalicious Lips now on the run, and Nicken comes in for support. So looks like Mortal side. Uh-oh, Cuss is very deep, and here comes Yagachu once again. Underneath, are they going to go in hard to kill Kissalicious here? Cuss is going to drop, but now Turtle on his own trying to finish off Renzo. He will, and they won't try to chase him Moya.
Yep. Wisely, they just give up that chase or Q's at such low cooldown, much like Nidalee Pounce, or old Nidalee Pounce in League of Legends. Just very hard to chase that down. But Turtle knows he's a bit trapped in that haste area. Yagachu kind of low. Oh, and he takes a lot of damage there. That's going to push them off the turret.
Yeah, not a whole lot of MR on Yagachu.
Yeah, he tends to build very glass cannon Bullock, which is real hard to deal with, but if it gets caught with certain CC abilities and such, he can go down quite fast. So they're going to get some more pressure on this bot turret. However, they need to be careful because Yagachu, he's going to heal up pretty quick off of these jungle minions. He's already back to 75% HP.
Yeah, Yagachu lurking, waiting for the moment to strike, and he's going to go in on 50, whose progress gate is down, and he is going to get bursted down big time. The Chaos Shell is ticking away on Yagachu. There goes the Riptide from Shay. She is looking to run, almost picks up Yaga. Now Cuss is here, but walks directly into an Empowered Captivate and will get snared. Spirit side picks up some more kills, furthering their lead.
Yeah, a bit of a late ult there from Shay. I'm not sure if he had it off cooldown when Yagachu first came in the lane, but might have saved 50's life if she just got it off for the Blitz. However, she's able to escape with her life from the life of Gatsby. 1-0 there for Spirit Team. And they're in this game despite losing top lane pretty hard, which could be a real problem for the Mortal team considering how well Vex scales into the late game.
Yeah, once again though, all of the kills on Yagachu right now for the moment, so can the Yagachu pain train get going fast enough to...
Is he truly washed up, Twerp? This is the big talk from you on the line right now.
I have faith. 50 is still farming well. He and Kuss have the farm advantage, and that's what counts to me. A Blink comes in, looking for an aggressive catch. They will. Ooh, a nice dispel from Kuss to dispel the kinetic sculpture from Renzo just as it hits.
Right now, 50 versus Yagachu, 3 levels down.
4 now.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Yagachu wins this 1v1.
50 does have his pain. But
now Yagachu, he's gonna be able to get that well for free, though. Gatsby has
duress on Nick, and already getting some damage onto Cuss, but here comes Turtle on the backside, but he's got Ashabel in from behind. He's going to use Landfall to try and just help escape. Ooh, oh no, Shivy blinks with Splintering Spines, but the Mortal side is able to blink as well, and they will escape with their lives this time, but will probably give up this well.
He was looking for a bounce on his ultimate off of Oya there to hit Cuss, but Cuss was just barely out of range of it.
The blinks were too fast and too furious.
They were. And Ashabel doing a good job catching Turtle as he tried to flank from behind there.
Has captured a well.
Here comes Gatsby in onto Shivy. Shivy who blinks away. King of Mass only hits Shay with his ultimate. Shay lands her Riptide. Nickit is going to dispel the bubble combo.
And there you see.
50 is now caught in between the teams, and Yagachu is there, and oh no, a poor positioning choice lets Yagachu pick up another kill, and now Kuss looks to be on the run. He is maybe going to try and salvage it by picking up a kill, but he won't. And now Spirit Side continues to roll. Here, up 5 kills and looking to go for Parasite, yeah.
Yeah, right there you saw the power. Like, once again, we talked about this yesterday, of duress against Ferris. Gatsby would eat in, ulted Shivy, was looking to get some autos down. Shivy was low in health, so it was going to do a lot of damage. But the duress from King of Max just completely shut him down.
Turtle looking to maybe grab a steal, gets zoned out by Nicken and Kissalicious Lips. So, Parasite is awarded to the Spirit side, and they look to continue pushing their advantage, going for a 4-cap on the Wells.
So, big snowball now in favor of Spirit side.
The Spirit team
50 opens up with a Chaos Shell, but a Tailwind from the Spirit side is going to allow them to disengage this fight. They've gotten what they wanted. They got Parasite and a Well, so all of them are going to be going back with a nice big chunk of change. We'll quickly cycle through. Yagachu at 2K, Renzo 1800, King of Mass 1800, Vex with almost 2400, Ashabel almost 2300. So nice chunk of change sitting there for the Spirit side.
Yeah, big items coming out for them. You see that lead starting to really take hold.
4-capping of the Wells plus the Parasite that has been taken, and the kill advantage. A significant lead for the Spirit side.
And Cuss maybe looking to assassinate Shivy here with his blink. But Shivy wisely going to recall. Looks like they're trying to set up a pick bot lane. Bait out someone coming to stop the farm with Cuss while Cathedral sits in the bush and Amber sits in the bush. See if Spirit team falls for it. Nope, they're going to give it up. Probably assume that they were warded, which they are not. Now Kissalicious Lips in the bush. So rotation from Yagachu top lane. We'll see if 50 is tempted to go hard on the Vex. I believe he could win that 1v1, but not with Yagachu there. And this top tier turret is not going to live for very long with a 4-man rotation top.
No, sir.
Now a 5-man rotation. And Turtle going to do some backdoor Moya shenanigans. He's going to capture some Wells for his team while the other 4 desperately try to hold on to these turrets. Probably wise of them to give it up. Yeah, here comes
Yagachu with the blitz. He's going in big. The Wrath of Heaven from Ashabel comes down. Kuss is on his own. Yagachu continuing to give Chase that movement speed on his loadout with Curse of Weakness, but a nice desecrated ground will snare his pursuers. Nice play by Kuss to escape there.
Yeah, nobody dies, but they're going to give up that turret while Turtle takes a well. Probably inevitable that turret would go down, so arguably a worthwhile trade. Not much they can really do about it.
No.
Mortal binding has been destroyed.
We see the siege continue. Just Ashabel, here we see that pick showing her potency when it comes to siege. Yeah, hitting Shayam for 1Q is just 20% of her HP.
Yeah, well, she's got the Destruction and Chaos. Meanwhile, Shivy with Betrayal and Ambition. Nikin got the Prosperity, Duress working. Kissalicious with the Devotion, Resolve, and some other base items. Yagachu with the Decay, Ambition, and 2 balances. Maybe building one into a Valor and the other into an Oppression. What my guess would be.
Oh, Shivy might get caught out here. He's completely separated from his team. Moya picks him off, brings him down.
Oh no, he blinked and the Riptide misses, and King of Mask lands a beautiful, flourished Endless Delights to fear the team.
Wow. So blink down for Vex, but a lot of ultimates used for the North team.
But at what cost, my friend? Cuss gets hit with a little bit of magic damage poke, and boy, oh boy, it's dropped him down to about 33% health, with relative ease.
Yeah, Moya gonna go take that top Spirit Well. Doing whatever he can to get some Vim into his team's pockets. Things are not looking good.
The mortal team has captured our well.
Yagachu just perpetually looking for that die potential. Oh, and Nikin looking for the Duress, but gets knocked up by Cuss's Q. And the siege continues. I don't think this tower will stay up much longer.
No, it doesn't seem long for this world, but it's how much harass and poke. Can they weaken Spirit Side enough to survive the inevitable team fight once it does fall?
Yeah, Turtle does not have his ult up. There's not much he can do at all. A big weakness of Moya is her lack of wave clear when under siege. And they're going to ping Parasite. Looking to solidify their lead, continue the flow of Striders into the tier 3s of the Mortal team. We'll see if Spirit team wants to contest. Turtle wants to get Wells.
Yeah, I mean, they have to get something back in the econ here, and forcing a fight on Parasite I don't know if necessarily is the best choice. Spirit is just still a little too strong, so maybe going for the Wells and trying to salvage what they can right now in this lull. They could get a 4-cap if they quickly grab the top left Spirit Well, and that might help close the gap a little bit as far as econ difference. I mean, they're going to be considerably behind for a little bit longer here, depending on how some of these team fights go, but yeah, they're going to look to do that now and just grab any edge they can.
Yeah, there's going to be a 4-cap here, which is not to be minimized in its importance. Also, capturing those 2 top wells from Moya, I don't think they had not capped it all game, so one of the mechanics of the Spirit Well is that the longer that your team holds a Spirit Well, the more valuable it becomes to the enemy team when they capture it. So if the first time you capture a Spirit Well is at 20 minutes into the game, they're actually worth quite a bit of Vim.
So now Amaranth has picked up a Duress. So she's going to be doing some nice work as far as maybe keeping Volok in line when this blitz is down. Faris picks up a little bit of damage now to go along with some of the tankiness. Varian still working on getting some more tier 3 items. Desecrator now has his build starting to work with Strife and Decay both coming out. Moya trying to continue to build tanky to survive the incredible burst, but she doesn't have a whole ton of magic resist. She does have a little bit, so.
And Cuss already pushed off that turret by 2 Asheville Qs.
That's all it takes.
Down to 30% HP. 50 Shades of Alpha and Shame both at 60% from 1 Asheville Q. Turtle takes one to the face. Oh, and 50 Shades of Alpha taking another Q from Asheville. He's now at 50%. Yagachu with the recall spam BM.
Just kind of posturing in front of that binding. Waiting for the opportune moment to finally put it out of its misery. It's put up a good fight.
Yeah, it has.
The bravest little binding.
Barry getting hit there by Bubble, but Sham missing the Q onto Nikin. Oh, Nikin gets
goes
caught out.
in, gets 2 people with the finale, but is probably going to die from the Drain and Final Protocol. And now Spirit Side looking to push this fight in. Splintering Spines going off, doing all sorts of work. Shivy picks up 2 kills. I think he picked up 2.
Yeah, so 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Oh no, 1 for 1.
Yeah, well they did get
for 1 in
kicked.
the base.
Oh, so Shivy didn't get 2 kills. He just got Desecrator, so.
Oh, but here comes the Reaper Beam and the Scatter Shot, and Spirit Team's gonna be forced to retreat because they are low on health.
Gatsby get there, a nice flashback, gonna slow all of them. He tries to recall, but dies to decay. They pick up Yagachu, so that's gonna be nice, shutting him down. 50 and Shay want to give chase, but they don't want to die for it, and the minions are in their base, so they're looking to continue to farm up and grasp whatever they can here.
Yeah, so big pick up there to kill Yagachu, get that shutdown Vim on Sham, I think. And they maintain their hold. Only one core went down. However, the top 2 wells have opened up, and Spirit Team's not going to recapture these wells. So the 4 cap was short, but it was sweet.
The Spirit Team has captured a
It was
well.
short, but it was sweet.
The Spirit Team has captured a well.
Take another look at the items here now. Vex with his Fate, looking to do even more AoE damage once his Splintering Spines are up. 50 Shades has finished his dominance. You see the destructions working for both Amaranth and Faris. You know, Asherbell still working on her. She has her destruction and chaos like she's had for a while, but now picking up a force, a little more power. So builds are becoming more realized here as we shift into the late game.
Yeah, the good play from 50 to avoid finishing that ruin and go straight into dominance. There's not a lot of armor resists on the enemy team, so he's looking to get those crits, especially onto someone like Volek when he blitzes in. He needs to die. So all the crits coming down from the 80 carry should help make that happen. And there's going to reach a point in this game because Volek has itemized so much MR with the Valor and the Oppression that 50 is going to just rip him to shreds as soon as he comes in. Might not even be able to out-sustain it. But that's still a long way off. 50 sitting only 3.5 items. Mortal Team just wishing that they could contest that haste buff, but there's just no way.
They just can't.
Yeah, Cuss taking damage from Ashbel, already losing a chunk of life. Fat Sea Turtle going for the glory on Moya to stay alive as long as possible, cause as much disruption as he can in these team fights. And Subjugation. Subjugation, a good item for trying to reduce the damage of magic damage dealers, which obviously Spear Team has quite a few of.
So they are looking to contest this Parasite. We haven't seen a whole lot of this, but a really nice combo from King of Mass and Renzo to just knock everybody up. Cuss tries to come in from behind. Yagachu, though, is there, and they are just so low, and everyone is just getting melted on the mortal side. Turtle tried to go in there and use Landfall and buy some time, but that is a 3-0 advantage for Spirit side, and that could be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, what an ult there from King of Masks.
Yeah, King of Masks and Renzo both just coming in.
Well, it was actually that was a bit of a misplay from Kisslicious Lips. The Renzo ult actually saved the team. Usually you don't want to follow up Renzo ult with an initial CC because it actually ended up knocking him backwards out of the Fear Eggs and out of
the finale and the Masterpiece were a little too in tandem.
Yeah, those are two skills that don't always synergize. Especially something like Zalga's chain with Renzo ult, but it doesn't matter. Yagachu is just able to walk right in and kill all 3 of them.
Doing what he needs to do. Now with the Guardian's help, they look to maybe pick up a kill on someone.
A Spirit player has been slain.
Yeah, Turtle just desperately trying to stop the damage on these cores.
Here we go, Damnation comes up again from Yagachu. Shay goes in onto Shivy, who drops to the Binding. The Binding now focuses onto Yagachu. Can he get out? Renzo uses Renzo's Embrace, but Yagachu is going to die, but not before doing quite a bit of work and picking up a triple kill. 50 gets himself a double.
A Spirit player.
Quite possible that Spirit Team forgot that Binding was still up.
Yeah, I think they did. I forgot that Binding was up, to be honest with you.
So they actually kite backwards out of that team fight right into the Binding where they continue to
So
take power
50, the
shots.
last man standing. Now his Ruin finished and has a little bit more Vim to maybe work on to his 5th item.
Yeah, we'll see what he picks up. Maybe he's going to go for a Resonance here just for more crits, more hastes. He just has to drop that Volek as fast as he possibly can when Yagachu comes in on him. Could also be looking maybe to get a Judgment just to shred through some of that armor. You gotta see Yagachu. Yeah, he finished Subjugation. Probably a Glory for that last life he's gonna pick up. You know he needs a little more armor now.
You're okay with Glory as a 6th item? You think it does enough that...
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I'm not a big fan of the late game Glory. I think you really see its returns early on as one of the rushed items because of just how tanky it can make you in the early game, but...
It's just that there's not a lot of items that give armor and HP.
It's true.
And it really is the best one. Those are the two things the Yagachu needs now. But I mean, there's other options. He could definitely get like an order just to tank those autos from 50. He already has a decent amount of HP coming out from the Oppression and the Decay.
Oh,
here's
Yagachu going in deep.
Right
The Damnation goes in the blink. Just lets it stick to Amaranth with no problem. He takes a bit of damage, but it's purely cosmetic as he gets his man, or fish. King of Masks with another beautiful finale, locking down 2 members of this mortal side.
Yeah, no follow from his team though, so that ult's going to be up for them.
But they don't need to do much more than just focus down the Guardian here and peel where necessary. Big damage onto 50 Shades as Cuss blinks in, trying to make a play. Locks up 3 people with Desecrated Ground, but Shivy is just too big and too strong. That Sea Turtle does pick up a kill. He's going to scoop up Shivy here and try to dart around and maintain his status as a nuisance, but now Cuss is all alone trying to fend off the minions and the Spirit side, and it's not going to be enough. That's going to be GG, and a good game for Scrag and your squad. The Scrag squad.
Yeah, 2-0. Come at me, Twerp.
Yeah. That Yagachu, man.
Yeah, he did work on that Volek.
He knows how to make it work.
He made you eat those words.
Yeah. What else is new? That's what I get for being bold. I believed 50. I don't think he was. I mean, 50 did nice. He had the most vim. My first pick performed his duty. Team, please.
Oh yeah, he dominated his lane. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what? Like I like Tactician Faris. I really just don't think it brings enough to the table to be super viable.
Especially building tanky.
Yeah, it's just yeah, not a huge fan of it. So maybe a bit of a pick discrepancy. We will switch over here. I need to turn on some lights because it has gotten dark in here. Pardon me while I do that. Oh my God, it's the darkness that's coming. All right. Well, let me get another room open before.
Yeah. So do we want to rotate?
I don't know if Spore and Organic are still around. I'll message them as I get. Oh, I think I spelled that wrong. I think I did it again. There we go. There we go. Move myself over to the spectator side. I think we're going to do 2 more Scrag and then maybe throw it over to Sporesmith and Organic for the late shift.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's cool. I'm down for 2 more.
I'm down. I'm ready. Might have teed up some coffee, though.
That's all right. I'm going to grab a drink and turn on some lights. While we wait for this to populate and all that, I'll BRBs.